Poetry to me it's an expression of one's soul. It's an expression of one's life and thoughts and views and hopes and dreams. It allows the writer to express their view on everything in their own unique way. It really is, to me, a call of the pains, the hopes, the dreams, the loves, and everything of a human being's soul. That's what poetry is, just a medium of self-expression. In writing the poem, The Unspoken Language, I was thinking about how we speak without speaking, how we send out throughout our days, whether it's in our relationships or in the grocery store or walking down the street, these nonverbal cues and clues about how we feel or what we think and what we believe. And I just wanted to express that in a poem that talked about the unwritten language, the unwritten dialect that I'm sure we all speak to one degree or another, and that we're aware of. If someone frowns or purses their lips or whatever, we see into who they are and see into a little bit of who they are and a little bit of what their thought processes might be. For the poem of Noble Beauty, I was really thinking about how I see the rose as an example for us in our day-to-day lives. The rose is so beautiful. It's so majestic. It's so dignified in its fruit or in its leaf, in its flower. But down the stem, it reveals this part of itself that's not necessarily gorgeous. And it made me think, like, how do these two exist? The thorny part of this rose, and then you get up to this beautiful red, majestic part. And gave me the idea that it was a rose's way of saying, before you touch that beautiful part of me, you have to realize the thorny part of me. And in that same thought process, I said, what a grand idea if we as human beings were safe and felt safe enough to reveal the not so beautiful parts to us, to those people that would love our flower, that we could feel whole and accepted completely without fear. The rose reveals its thorns openly and honestly. What a grand idea for us to do the same thing. For passing through, my thought process took me back to being young in my childhood and how I felt invincible and how I felt like that I would stay this way forever. And then standing here today, a man in my 50s, realizing that our time here on this earth is limited, that we don't come here to stay. We rent this space temporarily, and the object is, in my mind, is to make a difference, to realize the frailty of our existence and make the most of it. poem Love Never Lasts is just experience of the damaging aspect of relationships and how, how they all have in many ways a similar ending, how they all have similar elements and pieces, and how if you ever love someone, the damage results in a little less of an ability to love as deeply. We become gun shy, and our faller gets broken a little bit each time. And so it is in that process that I thought, like, love never lasts, because it damages us a little bit more each time, and as a way to value the depth and the breadth of love. Broken Vessels is a poem of just experience. I can recall just that feeling of laying there and knowing that this relationship is over, but you're together, and you want to do something to save it or repair it or whatever, but you feel powerless and hopeless and weak to do anything. It's like you've done all you can, and you just feel like you're at the end, and all you're waiting on is the ending, and in that ending, again, you're falling back into this broken place, this mysterious place where you have to rediscover yourself and rediscover the will and the willingness to love again and trust again and believe again. And that's not always easy.